Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of WP the Podcast, brought to you by WP Gears. I'm Tim Streifler. My co-host David Blackman is still traveling. He's a digital nomad and he's been traveling with his Airstream and is on his way to Maine for the Airstream conference or something. Anyways, he can tell you more about it when he's back. So we weren't able to get our schedules lined up to record on one of his off days from driving. And so unfortunately, you're going to have to listen to me for a little bit longer until he's back with us. So today we're taking a little bit of a break from our typical type of episode. Normally we talk about WordPress. We talk about email marketing, internet marketing as a whole, and different things like that. Today we're actually talking about a stand-up desk, how to utilize a stand-up desk to create good habits. Now, stand-up desks really got popular, I don't know, maybe like 5-7 years ago. And they're still popular today. And I actually David and I both have a stand-up desk from a company called Uplift Desk. Highly recommend it. They're motorized. I think they have some manual ones too. But you can set your presets and you press a button and it's going to automatically raise and lower to your predetermined height. So it makes it really easy. It removes those barriers when you're like, I need to stand. You don't have to manually crank anything or move anything or do anything. You just press a button. It's really simple. It does all the heavy lifting for you. No pun intended. So that is what we use. Now, here's the thing, though, is in most cases, you don't want to stand up all day, right? You want to be able to go from sitting to standing. And actually, studies show that standing all day nonstop is actually not good for you either. Sitting is by far the worst, but if you're purely standing, that's also not good. The goal is that you want to be moving around and changing positions and alternating from standing and sitting and then getting up and moving and stretching and that sort of thing. And so my problem is it's hard for me to want to get the motivation to stand. And so I end up sitting for like 90% of the time. And so what I've learned recently is I need to tie certain tasks to stand mode, right? So that whenever I'm doing these specific tasks, I'm automatically just going to stand, right? No matter what. So then there's no me trying to remember to stand or like trying to get the motivation to stand or anything like that. It's all tied to whatever task it is. So for example, calls, right? You have a scheduled call, whether it's a potential client or a partner or whoever. That's a perfect example. Talking, like at least for me, I'm like very energized when I'm talking and having a call and stuff. So naturally, I want to stand anyways. That's a great opportunity. Recording podcast episodes, I like to stand. It's great. Maybe you are doing something, I don't know, that doesn't need your full concentration. Maybe you're doing just some like bookkeeping in QuickBooks or something, and it's kind of repetitive and you don't want to, fall asleep. So you can tie that to stand mode. And so if you link certain activities or tasks to stand mode, well, then you'll always know when you're going to stand and you have it kind of built in because it's built around different things that you're going to be doing throughout your week and your day. So that is my tip for utilizing a stand-up desk. If you don't have one, definitely recommend it. You can get started with one that's just manual, and then you can get one that's motorized later because they definitely are pricier. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Tune in tomorrow for another awesome episode here on WP the Podcast. If you haven't rated or reviewed us yet, we would greatly appreciate it, whether you're listening to us on Apple or Spotify. Ratings is how more people will hear about us. And so, we don't have ads or sponsorships on this podcast because we want it to be just pure value. If you wouldn't mind going out and leaving us a review, giving us some feedback, we would highly, highly appreciate it. Alrighty, we will see you on tomorrow's episode. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.